Hi, you should subscribe to the Minaris Club. Because the Principal of Saiyans told you to, idiot.
What's good, guys? This is James bringing you another deck profile here, Minaris Club, YouTube.com. I'm going to be bringing you my updated King Piccolo deck profile for after the ban list. Drum going to 1 among some other things happening, but Drum going to 1 is the only relevant hit for this deck. I'd been playing this deck for a little bit before the ban list came out, and I've been really enjoying it. I just wanted to... I took this to a locals where we played with the new ban list, even though it hasn't officially gone up yet, because I just wanted to see how the deck fared with only 1 Drum, and I went 4-0, so that was pretty cool. The deck's still pretty good, obviously, and I just thought I'd bring you guys my updated profile so you can see the numbers I'm working with to work around the Drum limit. So we have our leader, it's King Piccolo. You all know him, you all love him, or hate him. He's been a meta mainstay since set 12. He doesn't need too much explanation there. We've just started off with our 1-drops here. So we've got our standard 4 Piano, who didn't get hit somehow on the ban list. I was really figuring this was going to be the hit, but it wasn't. And we still have 4 to work with, and I'm happy with that. And then we also have 2 King Piccolo Dragon Ball Obsession. This is just our backup 1-drop in case we miss on Piano or we miss on our Unison, because the Unison's the most important card in the deck. This is pretty standard slots for these guys. We've got our 4 Unison. It's Piccolo Jr. We're not going to talk about Piccolo Jr. here for the deck profile. It's the best one by a country mile. Then we've got our Demon Boys, our little children here. We've got 4 Cymbal, 4 Tambourine, and then our lowly Drum. So this split is different than how I had it before. I used to have 4 Cymbal because he's really good, 3 Tambourine, and then 4 Drum. But obviously we can't play 4 Drum anymore. Tambourine kind of sucks in multiples because he's unique, but we need to have enough effects to load up with Demon Clan guys into our life to be able to make use of our Activate Battle. And since we lost out on 3 Drum, I supplemented it with 1 Tambourine. It's been working fine. The other card that I had in here was... Where did that card go? I've got 2 Attack of the Demon Clan as well. This has kind of fallen out of favor with a lot of King Piccolo players. I was playing 1, I think, before, just as like a tech slot before, but now I bumped it up to 2 just to help be able to find the Drum in the matchups where you want it, because he is still very good, obviously, that is a 1-of, so... this card could be a little shaky, but I just really wanted to have consistent access to Demon Clan cards, and since we're missing out on 3 Drum, that can lower our consistency, so I just have those guys in here as well. It can be a little clunky still with 4 Tambourine, but I feel like that's just a necessary evil at this point. We just until they print another Demon Clan card to play from your life, then we just kind of have to suck it up and play that. Alright, I've got 2 King Piccolo Time to Fight, pretty standard fare, along with 3 King Piccolo The New Ruler. This could totally be 4 if you want to play 4. I only have 3 copies because this card's kind of expensive. But you could play 4 if you want. 4 is also could be a little bit overkill. This kind of season to taste kind of thing. 3 worked out just fine though. I always had it when I needed it. This deck draws crazy. King Piccolo, First Steps to Revival. This guy is also... He's interesting. This is one of those cards where I wax and wane on whether I even want him in the deck or not. Sometimes he's really useful, and sometimes he's just absolutely garbage, but it's nice that he's at least an Namekian that we can load up in our life with our leader, worst case scenario, and he's also very good at getting you down to your 4 life threshold for your super combos, which are our Dependable Warrior Piccolo. Just got a little bit of glare there, sorry about that. Our Dependable Warrior Piccolo, so it can, if your opponent's like stalling you out and not really attacking you, you can just start taking some damage off of this guy to get down to the 4 life threshold. I've got 4 Dependable Warrior Piccolo because, he is dependable, it's in the name. You can find him off of the 1-drop, which is really nice, you can find him off of the First Time to Fight, which is really nice, and you can load him up in your life and combo him from the life with the leader, so it's just nice and consistent. I used to try it out with like a Raditz split or like a Nappa split I've seen some people playing, and those are cool, but now I think we just need that consistency with the Drum nerf. We just want to make sure the deck's doing the same thing all the time. So got the Dependable Warrior Piccolo there as the super combo. Next up is our kind of standard fare here. We've got our Piccolo Jr., the King Scion, just 3 of them. I mean, it's unique, and you can only use it once per turn, and only if your Unison's online. Very key for defending your Unison on the turn you play it, to make sure it lives, but otherwise, he can be clunky, so we just play 3. It's pretty standard. I've got 3 testing the opposition. This card's awesome in the deck. I've been really liking 3. I see some people playing anywhere between 0 and 3. I see a lot of people playing like 2. I like it at 3 in best of 1, because our locals are always best of 1, because it really helps you defend your Piccolo Jr. on the turn you play it, because you're usually going to be taking 1 damage from your opponent attacking your leader to put you down to 5, and then Piccolo Jr., Descendant of the King, you play on turn 2, and then you can use testing the opposition to make sure they don't swing at this too many times. Keep it on board until you can untap, and then defend it with energy as well, because this is the most important card in the deck. It makes a lot of the cards function. So this card's like MVP. I've been really liking this card. And then the other negates are 2 Topo Righteous Aid. This today was, I think, the worst card in the deck. I didn't play any Violent Rays today, because our locals really just doesn't have a ton of like Dark Broly or anything like that, but it would have been really useful against some of the matchups, and just the fact that it only costs 1 rather than this costing 2 might have been made a difference in some games, but the Topo is also just really nice. Like, Topo is one of those cards that's either like a 10 or a 0, honestly, for me, and so like I just like playing 2, but if you want to put Violent Rays in the deck, you could like shave the Topos. I don't have any in here right now, and it's been fine. Just again, because I don't see any Dark Broly specifically at our locals, so no one really plays it, so I don't really plan for that matchup in the main deck with any of my decks. Alright, negates out of the way, and then this is just going to be our tech suite now. So this is like the main stuff that's like really malleable with the deck. Like, obviously you can change around the negate suite as much as you want, but everything else has just kind of been core up to this point. I've got 3 Yamcha. This is one of those cards that, again, it's like either really good or really bad. Some weeks I really wish I had 4, and some weeks I wish I didn't have any in my deck. So I like having 3. He's pretty useful in the meta right now. I could definitely see myself bumping up to 4. But for now, he's kind of supplemented with Kaioken Son Goku. This card's kind of expensive. If you don't have this card, you really don't need it. Like, none of these, outside of like the Yamchas, you probably have to play some amount of Yamchas no matter what, because they're just too good at defending you. But all the rest of this tech stuff, if you don't have it, like, you can just play other good red cards. It doesn't really, this section of the deck doesn't really make a huge difference. I like these just for like a lot of, this cleans up in a lot of different spots, whether they're going wide or going tall. It also helps you get rid of barrier threats, like the Lord Slug that sits in rest mode, or just like if they have a bunch of things on board, you can just clean it up. It's really good for the mirror, really good for, I played against a Bulma deck today. It was really good in that matchup, so it's a very useful card. I like having it on hand, but it's like $60 or something right now, which is really stupid. If you don't have these, you can play a lot of different things. I put in 2 Broly Crown of Retribution today because everyone at our locals always plays red and blue, and I played against 3 red decks and 1 blue deck today, and this card was awesome. Definitely more of a side deck card if you're playing best of 3, or if your meta isn't like that and people play some other strategies. But for my particular meta, this card was awesome, and it was really good. This is another card that could maybe get cut for like Violent Rays or something else. It's just the room I was expecting this was going to be good against, and it was. So, and then the last couple of slots here, I've got 1 Champa, 1 SS4 Bardock fighting against Fate, and then the secret rare Supreme Kai of Time. This is my favorite secret rare in the game. I just use it in everything. It's really good, really versatile. I like that it can just be a 40k beater or a board wipe. I used it in every single game today. It was super awesome. If you don't have it, obviously, you don't need it to play. You can play any other secret rare you want. You can play, like, Heroine's Lineage is fine. Like, that card ain't bad. Neither is, Gohanks. If you want to play Gohanks and you have it, you can play that, too. I've seen some people even playing, like, Frieza Army Reborn. Like, you can do whatever you want with this slot. I think this is the best secret rare for the deck, but if you don't have it, then it's not, like, a huge deal. The deck still works without it. Same with SS4 Fighting Against Fate. I really like this card, but actually up until this week I'd been playing Mira Creator Absorbed in the deck, And every game I used SS4 Bardock in, Mira would have done the exact same thing. This is better in some other instances than Mira, and vice versa. I like this because it doesn't cost any energy, but Mira is also like a lot cheaper and also like can be better in a lot of different spots as well. Yeah, I've won a lot of games in this deck with Mira as well. So like this isn't necessarily strictly better than Mira, but this is just what I ran today. I know these are expensive too. And then Champa. It's a staple. I really like this split with these two because they're really good if you draw one or the other. Whereas if you draw two, if you say you played two of this and no Champa, these are kind of bad in multiples, and same with like Champa being bad in multiples. Whereas these are both kind of do similar things while also functioning well together. So that's why I like that. But yeah, that's the deck list, guys. I played against some a pretty diverse meta. I played against 3 red decks and a blue deck. I played against Bulma in round 1, which was like a pretty long fight. The Kaioken Concentrated Destruction helped clean that up, as well as the Piccolo Jr. being absurdly broken with the auto ability just helped me stay in that fight. And Supreme Kai of Time also came down and wiped the board once, so that obviously you can only do it once. So that was really good. Round 2, I played against King Vegeta, which ended around turn 4. I just had to clean up the board every turn because I know he's a little bit faster than me. We got to a point where he was tapped out, and I was able to put on enough pressure for game. And then round 3 was against Prison Frieza, because Devin likes to play weird decks, and Prison Frieza's not terrible, honestly. It's a pretty good deck. He was 2-0 up until that point, so there's nothing wrong with the deck. And it was just Prison Frieza. He ran out of gas before I did. I had a turn where I played through Topo I pitched like 10 cards to it because I had like a 20 card hand because this deck draws like crazy. And then round 4 was against Vanilla or Skillless Gohan from set 13. And that was a cool matchup. It was really, really, really close. I just ended up clinching it by surviving an onslaught with the SS3 Skillless Gohan. But yeah, that's the deck, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to hit us up in the comment section below. Make sure to subscribe if you're new. I normally don't play meta decks. I usually just play rogue stuff, but I've been feeling like a tryhard recently, and I wanted to get some winner packs under my belt, and I got one today, so that was cool. But we usually just have rogue strategies. I'm going to be having some, I'll have a Super 17 profile up for the next set when that drops for sure, and probably some other strategies like that. That's my spiel, though. Thanks for checking out the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.